Hey! It's Isaac. Also, my win streak says 0. Also, the resolution's gonna be a little different because of the reasons. I basically got sick of the map continuously constructing the game. But anyway, the win streak's gone. What happened there? Basically, I got kind of sick of never making progress ever again because we really needed some very specific items. So, I went off recording land and instead just played as Azazel for about an hour and a half until I got the specific things I was looking for. For one, I needed to fight little Chad or whatever his name is in the caves, specifically the caves. If it's not in the caves, it doesn't count towards getting the thing you need for the thingy thing. And killing him unlocks little Chad, which we apparently already picked up once, which we may have done with like Eden or something. I guess that's capable of just getting items that you don't even have unlocked yet. Maybe it's just always unlocked, but it's just a little bit wrong. I don't know. Either way, it's an item we already picked up once before, so it's not very exciting. There's also Steven in the basement, which you've also already seen in the boss rush and probably other just random rooms as well. And if you kill him in the basement, you unlock little Steven, which again, we already picked up once before. But you unlock it anyway. Plus, I was lucky and actually got the Steven head, which is a damage up, which is not very exciting, but it's an item that doesn't appear very often. And it was one of 2 items we still needed. And the last item we still need is over here. And the reason I did it like this is just so I kind of want to stream this game more than I want to record it. So I basically just kept resetting until I got something that could blow me into secret rooms. And then I also got the habit, fortunately, and I could just re-roll a secret room item over and over to get the missing no, which says syntax error and gives us Platinum God and Real Platinum God. Real Platinum God is the same as Platinum God in a way, in that you basically do everything, except you also have to do all the lost stuff, which, you know, is all hidden in things and it's fairly easy to miss. But anyway, now that I have that, I actually have everything done now, and I can just sort of stream this game more easily. But I kind of wanted to do a run with the missing no as well, and that's kind of neat to me. I'm also just gonna just briefly checked if I was actually recording sound, because it's been a while since we played this game. But you didn't really miss much in terms of this run. It's pretty much what this is. Basement 1, yeah. We had the Dr. Fetus and things, but because we picked up missing no, our build is going to get re-rolled every single floor. Now, I'm playing on normal mode because I just want to do this as quickly as possible, but it should still hopefully make a fairly interesting run. Immediately, our build changes on the next floor, just healing us entirely, and also giving us a knife immediately, which is pretty swell. Like, knives are pretty fun. But the unfortunate thing is we're gonna lose again on the next floor, so that's the thing we're gonna have to live with. But because we are playing on normal, I'm probably just gonna run fast and try to just get through this run as quickly as possible. But simultaneously, there are some different strategies attached to this particular item, just because it might not be a good idea to pick up certain items, because you will just lose them again on the next floor. So it's sort of questioning whether or not you should pick up as much as possible or not. And I probably will at least pick up everything from the item rooms. I might not bother with devil deals as much, because it's a little bit pointless, because you will just lose those items, and it's just sad, isn't it? It's just sad when it happens, and I prefer it not to happen. Also, this is the seed, I guess. I did have to re-roll a whole bunch before I actually got missing no, so you might miss out on that, but you know, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Also, you have to play on normal mode. So there's a lot of little details about this particular seed, but you know, it's a thing you can do. Technically, if you waste all of your health trying to get missing no, then it's a thing you can do. And we're just gonna finish this up real good. Like basement 2 rather. We just one hit Monstro with this weapon right here. It's quite nice. Now, cat pieces will still count towards picking them up. Like, if you pick up 3 cat pieces, you'll just stay guppy forever, which is pretty cool. So I'm actually just gonna re-roll these in the hope that we can get one of those. And that's nice. And I think I might just keep on going. See if the next floor removes any cool things. Hopefully not, obviously. Actually hasn't re-rolled our D6, which I thought it would do, actually, but it hasn't. So I wonder if that's just the thing that doesn't happen. Not actually 100% sure about that one, but it might actually be the case that it doesn't actually re-roll the D6, which does make it a little bit better. But simultaneously, I mean, it's also a little bit pointless because, again, you just lose all the other items again anyway. So it's like, well, I could re-roll my items, but other than for cat pieces, it's really not that exciting. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I would take the unicorn stuff, but it's kind of pointless right now. Apparently we have Magneto, judging from that bomb that's slowly crawling towards us. But I'm gonna choose to ignore that and just move on. Just run through this run as quickly as possible. And honestly, God, speaking, man, it's hard. Honestly, I don't even mind if I die that much. Like, if I die in this run, then that's fine. We got a real platinum god. And that's really the main thing I cared about. And it was really just taking too long. Like, I had to play as Azazel for about 2 hours. Well, an hour and a half to 2 hours, something along those lines. Before I found 2 bosses. Like, I needed to find Chad in the caves and Steven in the basement. And they only appear in those particular places for the achievement, I guess. And if you find them anywhere else, it's like, well, doesn't count. Not good enough. You need to find them in those places. And otherwise, it's just no good. It's no good at all. So keep retrying until you get that particular thing to happen. And it's just really frustrating. It's just really frustrating. I just wanted to get Platinum God and just have it be done and over with. And after that, I just want to stream this game for 1,000,000 hours a day. So, you know, having done that, we can actually use this particular save file for that. There's a lot of pluses to the idea of streaming this game for that. Also, apparently we have a fairly useless item which allows us to have the wafer effect when we take damage. So that's nice. Very useful for this moment in the game. Would have been nice to get in the chest or something like that, but no. This is a good enough place, if any. Now, just like with any other re-rolling items, you have to be careful not to re-roll too much that you just run out of items entirely, but it takes a while to get to that point anyway, so it's like, whatever. It shouldn't really matter too much, so hopefully we're not gonna get in too much trouble regarding that. We can move very quickly. Oh, I got Tiny Planet, Mom's Wig, Bomb, Little Steven, which we unlocked apparently. So if even if we didn't have that item yet, we would have it now. So, you know, it's pretty much impossible to avoid. It is also a pretty common item, I think. I've seen it quite often in just about all of my runs, so, you know, it happens. Also, an exciting thing to mention, I suppose, is that I don't know what an exciting thing to mention. I was gonna say something really exciting. I was super excited about it, but then I just instantly lost my train of thought. But it has something to do with re-rolling. I'll get to that point in a minute, but until then, we're just gonna keep on moving on, killing things as slowly as possible. Oh yeah, with the missing node, kind of like with the D100 and the D4, I believe, whichever one is the one that re-rolls yourself. You do get the benefit of basically healing a lot of health every single time it gets used, like every time you enter a new floor. So taking damage isn't even that much of a downside, honestly. Like, it's not even that big of a deal, because there's just so many different items which will give you health, which you'll just roll through as you just go through all the different items that you get when you re-roll your entire build. So actually dying with this, it can definitely happen. You can't just get a build where you just get ruined, but more often than not, you'll just leave a floor and enter the next one with a lot more health immediately, which is just nice, yeah? It's just good. And there's Krampus. I'm going to re-roll whatever he gives in the hope that he's going to give me another cat piece, because a cat piece might be a little bit helpful to our needs. Might give us a little bit closer to the good old-fashioned gup-gup. That'll be nice. And we'll see if it works out for us. We'll see if this choice works out. Plus, it's Krampus' head anyway, so no one cares about it. And that's a card. It's a Wheel of Fortune. It gave us nothing. It must now die. It is gone now. Half a heart, pretty good. And with that, I guess we're just gonna move on. Devil Deal actually stayed open, surprisingly enough. But you know, this game does things like that sometimes. It tries to be nice when you're not looking. God, that animation looks so weird though. Oh, God. Alright, so we went from a build that didn't do that much damage to a build with all the damage in the world, including the Guillotine and Ipecac, which is exciting. Means that I don't know how to move. I can't really see my head very well, or my body rather. My head is pretty visible, but it's something that you have to keep in mind. I think we have Tech Point 5 as well, which is actually not bad with this build. So we're gonna deal a lot of damage to this particular floor. It's a shame we're pretty much gonna lose all of it the next one, and honestly, we're not so much healing as we are just going slowly towards being very dead. So I probably need to be at least a little bit more careful with this. But, you know, with some luck, we'll just stumble upon some health. Apparently, we have a Curse of the Maze. That's kind of like the main downside with the guillotine, is that you'll sometimes have your head in a wall and you'll just shoot the wall. And with Ipecac as well, that combination of things is just not so nice. It's not the greatest thing in the world to be experiencing, but, you know, keeps it exciting, keeps it fresh. Mask of Infamy, we have so much money as well. Where did that come from? I mean, we are definitely dealing enough damage to get through this, and if we were in the chest right now, I wouldn't be so bothered by my build right now, but seeing as we're not in the chest right now, I'm quite bothered, and I'm scared. I'm terrified that I'm going to die, but let's just pretend that we won't. I'm just gonna keep going, I don't care. I believe that we can do this without actually going into item rooms and things. Another instance of not actually really getting much of anything, but at least we got rid of the guillotine and the other one. We got rid of the guillotine and Ipecac, so that's a little bit safer. Apparently we're Lord of the Flies now, because just like with Guppy Pieces, you do technically still have the items used for the transformation. It's just that you might not be able to use them anymore, but as long as you've touched them, it counts towards the transformation requirements. So that's kinda nice. That's kinda nice in that whole ordeal. Plus, we got the X-ray goggles, which means we can very swiftly go through this all. Maybe we can get ourselves a magic mushroom, because we are rather small. We're rather small. Also, we lost the whatever extra life we had earlier. There was like a ×1 thing next to our health earlier, and it's just gone now. I don't know where it went. I'm not gonna question it either. I'm just gonna believe that whatever it was, we didn't need it. We had no need for it. Plus, this is normal mode, so we're just gonna get magical health everywhere. Tears down, good, useful, nice, very helpful. Went completely the wrong direction. Pretty much the only wrong direction I probably could have taken from the look of this map, but you know, keeps it exciting. That way we get to see a little bit more of the land, and if we can see all of the land, then we could write a good book about it later. And with that book, we can become rich. We can get a whole dollar, and that whole dollar is going to be able to buy us a real map. And then we would never get lost again. Please, the sword is tinted rock. Thank you. It had an X on it, and that means it's special. It's a special book. Hey, we actually found a shop as well. Maybe we could actually buy a thing. Assuming greed's not there, of course. I mean, why would greed be here? Greed in Depths 2? That's impossible. He's still all the way down in Caves 2. Not in Depths 2. That's too deep for greed, right? Too deep for greed. Oh, it actually is. Wow, alright. Get ourselves a bunch of stuff, which we're gonna lose on the next floor. We might be able to re-roll a couple things with the sharp plug, which again, we'll probably lose on the next floor. I'm gonna guess we have to go left. Left is okay, we're not going left. There is either a mini-boss. Yeah, there's a mini-boss there. There is... I was going to say either a mini-boss or one of those sacrifice spiky rooms, but there has to be a mini-boss. Hey, look, it's a mini-boss. What a surprise. Because I couldn't bomb through the door, and that means there's mini-boss behind it. Or one of them spiky rooms, but there was already a different spiky room in the top right. And it was impossible for there to be two. And that changed the entire world for everyone involved. That's okay, though. It means that we were prepared for the mini-boss, and therefore we wouldn't die out of sheer surprisedness. Also, the relics being a friend. I wish it would actually stay for the remainder of this run, but unfortunately it's not to be, is it? Unfortunately, this game is not that kind, and it simply wants us to be dead. That's why it's not actually giving us damage, except for that one time it gave us Ipecac. It doesn't want us to have damage, except for that one time where we had all the damage in the world. But, you know, that's so rare. That's such a rare occurrence. It doesn't happen. It's an impossibility. So let's just, calmly, slowly just nudge away Mom's health. Pretend that this is a very quick time of mommy death. And this is actually going quite swimmingly. Because our health is really grand. Like, our health is good. Our health is ready to take on this boss battle. It's just that we're not actually dealing damage. Our damage is a fallacy. I was hoping that maybe if she stomped on my Samson's chain thing, that she would just instantly die. Like, that happened once. Not sure why, but that seemed to occur on one occasion. I actually accidentally used my destruction rune, which was not my intention, but it might actually be a good idea. Might actually make this battle at least a little bit easier because I'll have a little bit more nothing. Like, at least my tears won't get blocked by the rocks. I was gonna say I have more room to move, but that's actually a lie because I can fly. I'm Lord of the Flies for the rest of this run. So it's actually impossible for that to be useful. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? Plus, slowly but surely we're getting through this battle. And we're done. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. And these are all crap. And that's all crap. So let's just keep going. And re-roll into different crap. And fight the enemies. There we go. We got Shielded Tears. We got Lord of the Flies still. We got some weird looking eye. Oh, that's the contact, I guess. We got ourselves a little lamp on our head, which should make it a little bit easier to see in the dark. I don't actually know if that's how it works. We got the dead onion from the look of things, judging from our slow shot speed and the fact that our tears are penetrating. This is why I haven't really bothered with an item tracker either. Like, there's some like streams and stuff that basically use a piece of software that just reads out Binding of Isaac /log.txt, whatever file it is that saves basically everything about your run. And then it like puts little items on screen so you can see which items that you currently picked up. And I can see why it's useful for people that are new to the game. Sort of. And I'm definitely just sort of. Because with an item like this, there's just going to be way too many items to look at anyway. So it's just going to be pretty much unreadable unless you somehow also manage to write down which items are no longer effective. And I don't think that's actually possible right now, so that's not happening. But also just, you can, with almost every item in the game, you can tell the effect just by what you see on screen anyway. And if you just get enough experience with the game, you'll be able to tell what items you have after like a room or two. Like, if you suddenly have 99 bombs, you probably got pyro. If you suddenly get just 5 extra bombs, you probably got some sort of bomb upgrade like Mr. Mega or the butt bombs or just any of them. And placing down a single bomb will tell you that, because every single bomb upgrade I think gives you +5 bombs. So, you know, you'd be able to tell if that's happened. If you suddenly have +6 of everything, you'll know you have Libra. If you suddenly shoot like a ridiculous wildebeest, then you probably have soy milk. Like, every item has a very noticeable effect, except for the ones that don't really matter anyway, like health ups and stuff. So it's like, I don't really care for an item track. I just think it takes up like space on the screen that doesn't need to be taken up by the game, like it, or by a separate program, really. Like, the more you just play the game, it'll just become self-explanatory anyway, and that's pretty much how this game works. Like, pretty much, I think the only items where it might not be immediately noticeable is stuff like Pyromaniac, I guess, because Pyromaniac does have a visual effect, but only if you pretty much have no other items. Like, if you only have Pyromaniac, you'll have like the big grin on your face, and it'll be very noticeable that you have Pyromaniac. But pretty much any other item just overrides that face just immediately, and then it can be very easy to forget that you actually have Pyromaniac, which is obviously really good, like a really good item, because you can just place bombs on everywhere without having to worry about taking damage. You can get hit by Mom's foot without taking damage. You can get by Satan's foot without taking damage. You can just get hit by Cage's attacks, most of them by not taking damage. Like, there's just a lot of things which will just heal you then, and that's like, oh, that's nice. Like, one of the few items where I can really, like, justify, like, yeah, this is why you would want to have an item tracker. But everything else, it's just like, meh. You'll figure it out as you get hit or not get hit or shoot or whatever. I'd rather just not, you know? Like, right now, we have Monster's Lung with something that makes us shoot incredibly slowly. So, it's gonna take about 4 days to shoot anything. That's okay, because we got Demon Baby and Guppy, so theoretically, we should just spawn flies that way. Look at that. The Demon Baby is going to be spawning a bunch of flies. We got 5 extra bombs, and judging from the fire on my head, we got Fire Mind. And I'm going to guess we have Bob's Curse. I was going to say Butt Bombs, but it's Bob's Curse instead. I was actually hoping for Butt Bombs more, I suppose, because it'd be a little bit more useful than Bob's Curse. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not really sure why my tier rate's this low. But I also don't really care. I'm guessing it might be something like Polyphemus or something. I don't know what else it would be that would lower it this much. Apparently, we have something along the lines of Leo as well, or whatever. We probably actually have, not Leo, but the other one. The, Thunder Thighs or something like that. The one that gives you health up. The one that's basically lard but makes you crush rocks as well. But it's irrelevant, because the Demon Baby and Guppy is pretty much all we need to get through this run right now. It's just nice to know that for, like, crushing rocks and things by accident, because the rocks in this place can actually damage you. So I need to be a little bit careful of that. But there you go. But you can also... you can technically also just press start, but the My Stuff thing just fills up so quickly with an item like this, and you just won't be able to read the new items anymore. Like, you won't actually probably be able to see any of the items I currently have available to me right now in the My Stuff thing, just because it just rerolls so many items. It rerolls pretty much everything for as far as I'm aware. And there's just too many items to show, so I just stop showing them. Which makes that My Stuff thing perhaps a little bit pointless, but you know, it lives. That's what matters. We're just gonna circle around her for a while and maybe shoot every now and then when I actually remember to wait for the charge. Waiting for this charge is just kind of ridiculous right now, though, I have to say, because, God, it is not being helpful. It deals a lot of damage, but good God, it takes 5 days to charge. Also, I'm taking a surprisingly low amount of damage right now. I think we might have Placenta or something as well. Or whatever that Vampire Curse thing is, because I just got healed by something and I'm not sure what. But that's okay. We're just gonna keep going. What do we get now? We get Triple Shot. We got Infestation 2, I believe. It looks like we have the Mind, because we have the entire map visible to us, which is kind of nice. Didn't get any extra... oh my God, we deal damage. Didn't get any extra bombs, so we don't have any of that. Whatever. We're just gonna bomb through this floor, I think. There's really no reason not to. We lost our Thunder Thighs, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? I think we have 2020 as well as Triple Shot, which is among the more pointless of things to do in your life. I guess we might have had Triple Shot the previous floor, maybe Quad Shot or something like that. Because that might have actually reduced our tier rate a lot without actually making our tiers bigger. And that would actually make a lot more sense than Polyphemus. So that's probably what we had, something like Quad Shot. Because that does that does definitely mess up your tier rate a lot, and you don't really want to have that at all. But what are you gonna do? We got Missing No, and we get what we get, and we just learn to live with it. But the next floor will be the last time we re-roll our build, which is kind of nice. Plus, we're going to be able to get 4 items from the chest as well. Plus, we're playing as Isaac, so we can just re-roll all of them. So basically, the odds of us actually dying are fairly low. Plus, we have the dead cat, so we can survive for a while. We'll be okay. We'll be fine. As long as I actually remember to pick up the Polaroid. I don't actually remember if I did. But that's okay. We'll figure that out soon enough. And if I didn't, then this is just going to be a very short run. Our damage did not really get a boost from re-rolling this time around, though. Triple Shot is awful. It is just almost exclusively awful, except with maybe Epic Fetus, rather. Because with Epic Fetus, it'll make 3 rockets come from the sky instead of 1, which is obviously nice because you only have to charge it once, and like firing is still equally fast. I think we still have the Zodiac Sign Cancer as well, because we just activated Wafer, or we just have the Wafer in general. That's also possible, I suppose. But I think we have the Zodiac Sign because I think we took a full heart of damage the first, and then it switched to the Wafer effect. So that's what that item does. That's what that do. And we're just gonna shoot Isaac here for a while until he's all dead, until there's nothing left of him. Our build is just amazingly terrible right now, though. I'm really hoping this reroll is going to be amazing, because this is not the best, to be honest. Let's just get Epic Fetus and Knives and Brimstone and everything. I don't think you can actually get Brimstone from this, actually. We got Bob's Brain and Rubber Tear, so we basically can't lose. So that's good. I'll use this once. Tears down. Good. The only pill we used in the entire run. We got it again. We still have the mind, apparently, which is a surprise. We're not actually dealing damage, so that might be a little bit bad. Oh, we have something that makes our tears all splashy. I think we might have Cricket's body from the look of things, judging from how the tears are actually splattering around. Like, originally I was going to say Parasite, but it might be Parasite. I'm not sure. It only seems to shoot 2 tears, so it might actually be Parasite, thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But whatevs. I'm sure we'll manage regardless. We're actually dealing a surprising amount of damage with this ridiculous build. I mean, Guppy's pretty good, even on its own, but I think we might have some sort of damage up somewhere along the line as well, because Guppy on its own, while decent, it's not the best in the world. It's really not the best in the world. Also, like, the items we're getting right now are just really bad. They are just not very exciting at all, and I'm kind of hoping to get something good. Apparently we're freezing tears somehow, and we just got a lot of flies. Does Bob's brain spawn flies? I'm not actually sure, but it might. A lot of freezing effect going on here as well, which is lovely. Hoping to get a lot of that usage, because that's going to be useful. But yeah, we're having a lot of flies. Oh, I think we have Hive Mind, don't we? I'm not sure. Our flies look really big, but I might be wrong on that. It has been about a month since I've played this game, so there is a chance that I'm just looking at it wrong. But it does sort of... They look big. Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Maybe I'm just really proud of my flies and just imagine them being bigger or something. I don't know. Either way, bombs are still really great. The Haunt is still very weak against bombs, and he's not going to kill us easily, because we are so strong. So very strong. But I do hope... I will be running back to the starting room after clearing out these guys. Holy Water should deal a lot of damage to Monstro if he just stays in the Wawa. And he actually froze in it as well, so that's really nice. We have some fear effect going on as well, so I think we have Mom's Perfume, judging from the color of my tears. But it might be the... Yeah, it must be, because the other fear attacks are really a lot more noticeable. I could get the... I don't know if the dead bird's still there, but I could get the dead bird and just nod Leaf, the blue baby, to death. That would be very exciting. I think everyone would really enjoy that experience in their lives. Would only take about 4 days as well. I could just go AFK. We get a lot of nothings. I'll just take that one and move along. Everything else is basically terrible. I mean, I guess I could take the dry baby. It should help us at least a little bit against the blue baby, but meh. I'm not excited. I'm not excited about that at all. No excitement at all. Not even gonna pick up that Soul Heart. Don't need it. Don't want it. Don't believe in it. I don't believe that Soul Heart's gonna be useful. Maybe it's Rubber Tears and Parasite that are actually spawning a lot of flies right now as well. Maybe that's what's going on. Because I'm spawning way more flies than I feel like I should be. So it's possible that those items are actually really helping out with spawning flies. Because it is basically that this spawns a fly every tier hit, for as far as I'm aware. Even with like followers and stuff, so that's pretty cool. We could just stay here forever and just not fight him. I mean, that's also an option, I suppose. But let's actually just shoot him to death. Let's just shoot him a whole bunch of times. And leave it at that. I think we should be able to kill him with this build. Even if everything goes really wrong, I could just do something weird with the Not Leaf, maybe. Maybe just wait for him to spawn flies, which he does. And because we're Lord of the Flies, they'll be on my side and attack him. So I could just stand still, wait for him to spawn flies forever, hope that they're not these, and kill him that way. But it would take years. That's the only downside with that idea. See, really the only problem with the idea. The rest of the idea is flawless and perfect in every single which way, but it would technically maybe sort of work. I would then be surrounded by flies that are trying to kill me, and I'd probably die immediately after moving at all. But, you know, I might not. That could not happen, maybe. And that's what matters. That's what matters. We're done. We are actually done with the Binding of Isaac. At least in terms of getting the Platinum God. We were done with that about 20 minutes ago, I suppose. But still, we're done. Mostly because I cheated a little bit. I just recorded a whole bunch of nothing and just reset 900 times until I got the right things. But still, we're done. And I got a save file that I can use for streams and things. And this game's just more fun to stream, I think. I did record a lot of, I recorded 100 videos. I actually recorded a couple more, but I'm probably just going to delete those because they're not very good. But, yeah. A real Platinum God. We got every single thing in the game, 102 deaths, most of which were just to get the scissors. Best streak is 23 because that's the point where I gave up on trying to get a streak and just wanted to get Platinum God instead. Killed Mom 76 times. We got a whole bunch of Eden tokens still remaining. Only 34 actually. Would have thought I would have more. But I guess we did do a lot of Eden runs. And not so many with other characters, so there is that, I suppose. But that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will probably play this game. I don't know if I will record it anymore, but I'll probably stream it from time to time. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do when the DLC comes out. The Afterbirth DLC. But I'll probably stream it. I might record it, but I'll probably stream it more, and then maybe I'll do videos of it. I'm probably just gonna upload the live stream footage though, because quite frankly I kind of like live streaming more than YouTube right now. So there's a fair chance that there's gonna be more live streams and less videos in the future. Just in general. But I don't know. It just all sort of depends on how much time I'm going to be having in the future as well, and we'll see what happens when we get there. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys next time when we're either playing Isaac live or we're playing something else. Bye bye.